Valorant Mobile is coming, is what I would have said 2 weeks ago until some major news dropped. Let's run through exactly what's been going on. This game was announced by an executive producer at Riot back in June 2nd, 2021. That's over 2 years ago. And by February of 2022, there were plenty of job listings, which obviously got the mobile world pretty hyped. Believe it or not, play testing began in China April 7th, 2022, which was this many days ago. And with all these crazy gameplay leaks from way back then, you would kind of expect it to be released by now. There's been a few titles that have came and failed. It wasn't just Apex. Think about New State and a load out of the FPS genre. These failures have made publishers and developers scared to release a half-finished product, which right now is super annoying. I mean, we've been waiting for like 3 years to get Warzone Mobile, but at least we know when they do release, they'll be great. Well, that's what I'm hoping. Obviously, Valve Mobile is a part of those publishers and developers that are thinking this way, and even though it looked so great back then, most likely they're perfecting it. Later on that month, they looked for brand managers, late May, game designers, and by August, they were hiring full-on project managers, which meant we were getting closer and closer to some sort of soft launch beta. One day after my birthday, a bunch of new gameplay leaks came out, and before the hype had even settled, Valorant Mobile was listed on the Play Store, but being tested under NDA, which meant nobody could talk about it. Fortunately, your boys never signed one, so I can say whatever I want. Isn't that right, Valorant? Please don't strike my video. Then, when the dust settled at the start of this year, Anna Donlon stated this.
It's going slower than we'd hoped, probably slower than you'd hoped, but we want to get it right.
The progress is going slower than expected. Bro, we all just want a new mobile shooter, man. We've been waiting 4 years. Please! Bringing us up to nowadays, there's been leaked logos and icons, another interview from Anna Donlon saying this, tests on various different chip processors, and more leaked gameplay. There's also a console playtest, but we don't care about that.
Yeet!
We're mobile gamers, which brings us up to mid-July 2023, where there's been a bunch of fan-made concepts going around that people think are actually legit when, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, they're just not. But I must say, they look great, and if it ends up anywhere close to that, oh my god. But unfortunately, after all of this, there were some mind-boggling leaks stating that Riot have decided to stop working with Tencent, the company that's been developing Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile, two of the biggest mobile games in history, and start over from scratch. Me personally, I don't think this is the way to go. The only conclusion that comes to mind is the fact that the game would probably be banned in India if it was made by Tencent themselves, which is why Valorant Mobile have decided to make this decision. And if that's not the reason, then it's a complete L in my eyes. But that's not all. There's some even worse news about this AAA, possibly mobile franchise. Last week, Anna said that she knows that everyone's hungry for Val on our platform, but she's not giving us any updates until it feels really good, which seems totally reasonable, right? Until she states, I think our next biggest update will be when we're actually ready to talk about if it's going to come out and when will it come out. You're telling me that after 2 years of leaks, we're still sitting on the concept of it may never release? As far as I'm concerned, if it does come out, the game is going to be insane. But for now, the hype is officially completely dead. Subscribe if mobile gamers are real gamers.